Hey everyone, it's Amy and I have a super exciting video today. OMG, I'm so excited. So I'm going to be starting a new series on my channel. It's going to be like my easy vegan go-to college like dinners because I am vegan, as some of you may or may not know, and I feel like one of the hardest things that's been for me this year was figuring out foods to eat. Last semester I didn't have, sorry, I'm sick right now, but last semester I didn't have like a kitchen or anywhere to really cook because I was just in a plain dorm. And this year I am living in the sorority house of my school, so I have a full kitchen for me to use. Last semester was a little tough trying to get more fruits and veggies into my diet. I kind of lived an all carb. It wasn't really the best for me, but I feel like vegan is one thing that's a very trial and error. And then also college is very trial and error. And I do not have a meal plan or anything like that for on-campus food. So I'm basically buying all my own food and cooking. I do occasionally go out to eat. But it has been a learning process, and I found some meals that I absolutely love. This first one, that's this video, is broccoli pasta, and I literally could eat it every single day. There's some weeks that I eat it every single day that week. My sisters will be like, "Oh, what are you cooking?" I'm like, "Broccoli pasta." They're like, no surprise there. It is my favorite go-to. So I'm gonna have a bunch of different, like, my dinners, I guess, like easy vegan college meals is going to be like my new series on my channel. So this is the first video. It's definitely my favorite recipe and the easiest one of the easiest ones to make. So I hope you guys like this video and stay tuned for the recipe and how I make it. Alright, starting off, I'm just showing you what I basically use, and I use thin spaghetti, a bag of chopped broccoli, and salt and pepper. So now I am just filling my pasta pot with water, probably like half to 3/4 full. I don't know. There's not really any measurements. I kind of just wing it. Pasta is honestly one of the easiest things to make. The worst that can happen is it turns into like too mushy. So then I start my broccoli pot, which just has a little bit of water in it. Also, I try not to use too much oil. There you can see I had it way too hot. It boiled so fast. Then I go ahead and add just a tiny bit of pink Himalayan salt to my water. Honestly, this is a personal preference. Some people completely believe in it, some people not. I couldn't get my camera to focus because, I don't know, I'm still trying to figure it out. The next thing I show is I use, like, each of these bags is 2 to 3 broccoli pastas, depending on how much broccoli I'm in the mood for, depending on how hungry I am. So I basically just pour it in the pot and mix it around. It is frozen broccoli. You can use fresh broccoli, but the frozen broccoli is honestly just cheaper and it's easier because it's already chopped up into little pieces. So then I go ahead and just add a tiny bit more water. Again, personal preference. You don't want it swimming in the water, but then you also don't want it to be too dry and get stuck to the pan. Here, I'm just showing you, I absolutely love eating raw pasta. I think it's from my mom. When we were younger, she used to feed it to us because we get cranky because we were so hungry. Then, once the water is boiling or almost boiling, depending on how patient I'm being that day, I will take my thin spaghetti, and I actually break it into 3 pieces. A lot of people don't break it at all, or some people just break it in half. I break it into 3 pieces because I just like it to be like little, I guess, and so I don't have to cut it then. Then I'm just using this minced garlic, about a spoonful, and mixing it right into the broccoli. Once the pasta's done, so basically when it's soft enough to your liking, whether you like it al dente, soft, or really mushy, it's really just personal preference. Again, I just put it into a strainer, and then I am adding a tiny bit of oil to my broccoli, and then I'm actually going to go ahead and add the pasta from the strainer right into the broccoli pot. And sometimes I add the broccoli into the pasta pot. I'll just put the pasta back into the pasta pot and then add the broccoli. It really just depends what dishes are clean. So then I'm just going to go ahead and mix everything all together, and then I am just going to put it onto a paper plate because nobody likes doing the dishes. And then to top it off, I'm just going to add some salt and pepper and